Hi there. I know it's loud. I'm doing the dishes. Well, the dishwasher is doing the dishes. I'm not doing the dishes. And I'm drinking rose tea with some milk, and it's really good, and I love it. It's very feminine to be drinking rose tea, by the way. Just putting that out there. I'm taking you on a little journey in my house because I wanted to show you something. So, this is the bathroom. I decided to just like turn off all the lights. Then I saw something. Light right here stood out to me, and I never see it in the daytime. I don't notice it. Do you see? So it's like kind of a green color, and I couldn't help but just stare at it the whole time I was in here, just like staring at this light. It's from the outlet. This light right here, okay? The lights are on, and we're seeing everything that's around. But once the lights go off, suddenly it's like we see something we never had seen before. There it was the whole time. It was just on. It's always on. This little light is always on, right? And it's just there, you know? It's just there, and I didn't see it till the lights were off. So I think of it as like things that could be scary happening, where you feel like, oh my God, all the lights are off in my life. But maybe that needed to happen so you could focus on what it is that wanted to be seen. Wherever we put our focus and our thoughts, it takes us to that place as if it's like a location. So I was imagining it as if it's like laser focus. So like this light is like our laser focus, and you're zoop right to the place you're thinking, like you're thinking about something and it's making you feel a certain way. This is why there's this whole idea like, oh, your thoughts are powerful, and you know, your belief, and I say like your belief is your power, because if you believe something, you're giving your focus to it, you're putting your energy to it, and you're powering it up. I think of it as like something that just doesn't have any electricity and you just plug it in. So like your belief is plugging it in, and now it can work. So the idea, you know, I don't know if this is something that you need to have the experience for you to understand it, but my experience just like really helped me understand how very powerful our thoughts are. And it's like, what does powerful mean? I think I want different words for it, because it's not just, I imagine it as I'm standing in the middle of everything. So I just like imagined it as like just this, everything being like all of the colors. I'm just like standing in the middle of all of the colors all at once. And it just kind of forms this kind of hazy gray, but you know it's all there at the same time, because like all the colors together form like black, basically. Or I really wanted to get my point across. I had to switch locations. My phone ran out of something. Okay, so you're standing in the middle of everything, and so you can, this is all in your mind, so you can think about anything you want to. And I'm gonna think about how much I like chocolate chip cookies. And as soon as I think about how much I like chocolate chip cookies, it's like the power of the thought takes you, it like zooms you through all the mess. It's like all the hazy of everything, it like takes you straight to the place where you're going. Like you're going to the chocolate chip cookie thought. And it's like, what is that experience? Well, I feel, you know, like a kid again, and I feel like, I can imagine what it would taste like, and I can imagine like the chocolate chips are really silky soft and delicious. So that's like a fun example, I think. And so for me, it really applied to what I desire and how desire is a form of like a thought that's like your power. So your desires are powerful too. All this from that little light that showed up, because like that light just kind of reminded me, right, of something. So I hadn't even thought before I made this video to really, what are the words that are going to work? That's kind of my style, I guess, is to just go for it. I hope that it works for you. I really just want to be able to communicate. You know, it can be frustrating when you have something you just want to say, or you have an experience and you just want to convey it. How do you do it? Well, there's different ways. Like you could paint a picture, or write a song, or say it, or do a dance. That's what I want to do. I want to make some videos that are some of the dancing that I've been doing, which is not your typical dance. Like, it's hand motions, which I did a little bit of it in that last video about inspiration. But I've just been really feeling these hand motions for months, and it's really fun. And I'm like very sure that it's doing something energetically. I just don't know what it is doing, and that makes it even more fun sometimes, because once I know what I'm doing, then I'm like too conscious about it and I try to like participate in it. But the whole point with a lot of these things like that are, it's like my conscious mind, you know, that we have as humans. This is how we live, like with our brains. We want to like take control of something that just we don't really see all the aspects of it. Unless you're like super aware, you're not gonna know like, well, what is this effect? Like maybe you have an idea on the effect of something, but therefore your intuition is going to guide you to something that's going to be for your highest good and the highest good of those around you, and it just makes it that much more special. So cheers to that. I'm like, I want to say so many things. So like rose, okay, there's rose tea. It was so much fun. I really wanted to just like hear from spirit. I wanted to get a message, and so I was like, what should I do? Because I feel like I need something for my body. I'm feeling out of balance, and so I just got my pen and paper, and I heard first, you know, I heard 4 words, and I wrote them down, and one of them was rose, the next one was hyssop, and this other thing called astragalus. Yeah, astragalus. Okay. Which I found this tea. I'm like, what is this word what is it? Astragalus? Astragalus? This was a word that came to my mind and I had never heard it before. Okay? Like, that's freaking awesome. And then I found this hyssop tea too. I didn't know what hyssop was, but I found this tea. This Buddha tea is so pretty. Like, I love how that has this gold label and the box is really soft. Okay. And then I heard Angelica, which immediately made me think of that little show cartoon, whatever, what's it called? The little babies? And then Angelica was like the older bully, but whatever. I'm like, Angelica, what is this Angelica? So I look it up. There's an Angelica root tea. And the packaging is like gold. I love the gold. I love gold. So everything had gold on it. So exciting. Okay, so what I decided to do was mix Angelica with rose together. That's a pretty good flavor. And then the hyssop with the astragalus. Pretty good. Just as far as like a tea flavor goes, and then I could have like all 4 of them within like 2 cups of tea. I add honey to both. It's really good that way. But okay, the thing is, I didn't know what they were for. I just knew these words came to my mind. I had no idea that angelica was like a root that you could make tea with, and then the other word, like, so that just made me so happy. It's like when you see, you feel like you're hearing from spirit or whoever, and it's so easy to just second guess yourself. I do it a lot, you know, and doubt just cancels everything out, so you just gotta like just decide to go with it. Like, just do an experiment where you're not thinking about what you need particularly. You just say, hey, I need something for my body, like I feel out of balance. Can you give me some words to kind of get a direction? And I took those 4 words, I found teas, I love tea, and like that's what works for me. And I looked up each meaning of each one. So let's see, hyssop is for like your throat and just any kind of respiratory area, and God, my throat chakra is one of my struggles, so it was perfect for that. And the astragalus root is for your respiratory as well, and your immune system too. And then the rose tea, I just had this knowing that rose is feminine, and I got this like rose spray that you can put on your face, like to hydrate it. It's like so lovely. It's just this delicate scent. It's delicate, and I feel very delicate in my emotions a lot of the time. So it really resonated with me. I want a different word. I feel matched. I feel like a match to rose right now. So, okay, I already feel like rose was feminine. And so I looked up rose, and it's a feminine, you know, it's a feminine thing with that too. Of course, it is also an aphrodisiac. No wonder everyone's all about giving roses all the time for like Valentine's Day. Like, it's because it's an aphrodisiac. It's like, oh, so this whole time you're just manipulating me on Valentine's Day. Just kidding, whatever. No one knows what they're doing anymore. They just hand you a flower and just think that, you know, like every flower has like a meaning and has a use, and like it's a message, there's a message in there. Like every flower is trying to speak to you and like share something beautiful with you. Its essence is its identity. And if you're open to like interacting with it, like you'll get so much more out of everything around you, because everything around we're all saying something. Like, as human beings, we can talk and say something. A flower can't say anything with words, so it just has to just be. And you have to just read all about it on Google. Aren't we lucky that we can just Google it? So there's my adventure for that. Oh wait, I forgot. So angelica root too. There's a lot of different uses for it. A couple of them, one of them is to bring on your menstrual cycle and to induce labor. What do you call that area that's your feminine area where you have your menstrual cycle? You know, all of those organs, all of that, everything in the sacral. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's what that root is for. Any issues that you have, it's supposed to like facilitate healing. So, fuck yeah, rose plus angelica root made sense. Like, I just love that. Alright, well, have a wonderful evening, and I hope you could... I'm gonna make sure that you can hear me this whole time. It's a freaking dishwasher. But I love the sound of the dishwasher. Like, it's so calming to me. I always feel like, oh, everything's gonna be clean soon. It's in the process of being cleaned, and it just makes me feel safe somehow. Yeah, it's a good feeling. So that's what I've been doing, is sharing this dishwasher sound with you. It's almost like we went to the ocean, but not.